I feel mixed emotions, sadness, nostalgia, and excitement, all of that at the same time, to the idea of sharing with you this episode, the very last episode of my photography adventures in Nepal. And if you're a photographer, if you love photography, this episode hopefully will hit a chord that will resonate with you. Because on top of the beautiful visuals, I'm also sharing with you how to carry lenses without a backpack, my usage of filters, why we get rejected when asking for portraits, my go-to setup for travel, which lenses I love to bring and which ones Jeremy loves to bring, and a full breakdown of the best photos of the day where I critique and review kind of my shots and also reveal why I had to overly edit a photo and my philosophy around it. So I hope you will enjoy it. I'm trying a new different video style, so let me know your thoughts at the end of this episode. And if you're ready, thank you so much for being here, and let's just get started. Good morning, everyone. All right, new day, new adventure here in Nepal. This is fourth day, I think, something like that. We are on our way to Bhaktapur, which is one of the other royal historical city. It's UNESCO World Class Heritage. I'm kind of curious to see what it's gonna look like. We're going for a little bit after sunrise. We actually wanted breakfast first at this time, and we tried to sleep a little more, honestly, because it's been very intense. I'm on the 2470. I was trying to put the CPL on it, and then I realized my CPL is full of scratches. Let me show you. So here's what I have for the adventure today: 70 to 135 millimeter, and I have also, which I use all the time, my CPL. It's one from Sigma, which I absolutely love. It's great CPL filter, polarizing. But I realize it's full of tiny scratches, and I think for today, honestly, with the kind of weather we have, look at this, with that kind of weather, I don't think it's gonna do much. You see, it's super hazy. I always love to have them with me, and usually I have them plugged in almost the whole day in daytime. I remove them for sunset and sunrise. I think I'm excited. Jeremy, ready?
Yes, we're ready. I got the 1635 on the A7 IV right now, and in my pocket I got the 7200. I got the Miju on the other pocket, and we're ready to explore.
I love it. He's putting everything in his pockets. If you're a little bit OCD with gear, don't look at how he carries stuff. Sometimes it's a little scary. Okay, let's go. Wow, guys. Okay, so far this is 10 out of 10. It's so beautiful. This place has like tiny streets, as you can see from the photos, and the light just like hits nicely. And I was telling Jeremy, I'm like, this is great because there's a lot of pollution in the air, or like dust, which makes even midday light look really good, right, Jeremy? Even midday light is gonna look great with all the dust in the air.
There's always some like either dust or mist or haze, or like there's just
There's
always
something
in the air, you know.
and you can feel it when you breathe.
Even
also.
yesterday at the temple, you know, they're always burning incense and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So there is always something smoky in the air, which diffuses the light. So that's pretty cool.
I'm using more and more my iPhone for recording this clip. Let me know what you think, but I think it's easier for me, less hassle and less gear in a way, and maybe I can share more raw moments or like little thoughts on the side. This is so pretty and so many portraits. Sadly, Jeremy has been declined. You choose the ladies that look like they're gonna say no.
The main thing is like the way I've approached those two person. I went and directly asked for a picture rather than just coming and trying to somehow talk or do a smile or whatever. I've been a bit too forward with those two. For example, how you just like done with like the guys right now, you know?
Yeah.
You just say hi, oh, what are you doing? What is it? You know? And then, oh, can I take a picture? You already have like a kind of an enclave like with them to ask something. Whereas like if you come like really like straightforward, like I did with those two ladies. I was passing by.
That's true.
That doesn't work as well.
If you could tell her, your eyes are beautiful, and I love
also
the frame and your dress.
The communication helps for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's always tricky when.
And you know what helps also when you have the small printer. I keep talking about that, but when you have it, you can tell them I can print it for you, so it's great. But this is so picturesque here. Absolutely love it. I actually finished my film of Hector 100, also with the AF10 camera. And I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like, but I need to go back to France to have the film processed. So it's gonna take a while. Let's see, we'll try with the Miju also. Lots happening, and we're gonna shoot a video about Jeremy's photography, so make sure you don't miss that. Honestly, it's been pretty good. We've been waking up around sunrise, this morning a little later, working out at least once a day, lots of exploration, good rhythm. Jeremy has been shooting with the 16-35. What do you think of that lens?
It's good. I'm surprised because I tend to not shoot that wide. I'm very often on the 24-70 because that's a very polyvalent lens for what I shoot, which is more kind of like on-the-go documentary stuff. But here in Nepal, there is so many leading lines with like the cables, with the flags and stuff like that, that I've been playing a lot with it at 16 and 20 millimeter. So it's been really fun. Really like it.
Yeah, I'm almost sad that he's using it. I was thinking maybe 24-70, a 14 millimeter prime, and a 85 millimeter 1.8 and my 51.2 would be all I need. Or 35 1.4. That's how you fill up a backpack.
Yeah. But the one I'm really curious about, I really want to try you 35 1.4.
Yeah.
Because I don't shoot with prime that often. Again, with the nature of what I shoot usually, I prefer to go towards zoom. But I'm really curious to try it out, considering the cool portrait that you got like the other morning at the stupa.
It's not because of the lens.
Oh my god.
You know what the danger is though? When you're shooting at 1.4, you may have the eyebrows in
focus and not the iris.
And yesterday I missed one where the girl wasn't focused in the backpack and not the mom. I'm a little bummed, but the shot I think still works because there's so much ambience. I mean, sometimes the story is stronger than the rest. So let's keep going. Walking in an industrial area right now, completely off the tourist path, because I was looking to see if we could find a singing bowl manufacturer because they're made here in Nepal, and someone told me maybe there is one shop here. So those ladies were super nice and told us where to go, but sadly the workshop seems to be closed. Really wanted to see how they make the singing bowls and the process, because apparently they hammer it from a metal sheet, so maybe we'll have to come back tomorrow. We'll see. There's such an epic scene, guys, like with that street, and there's this ray of light that just lights up just by the pot over there. And Jeremy got it. Yeah, that one. Whoa, this is such a cool shot. Little lunch break with Jeremy, and literally a hole in the wall set up right there, and they're making para, and apparently this is kind of famous. You gotta try stuff when you travel. It's the fun part. You always get some photo opportunities at the same time, so bon appetit. Alright guys, somehow the light is already going down. I mean, we literally just had lunch. I'm moving to the 16-35 f2.8 right now, so I'll try to go a little wider for more fun shots. Hopefully a little bit more dynamism and action in it. We'll see. I kind of like those real wide shots, but they're tough sometimes. So we'll see how this goes. I know you guys were all dying to know what happened to my singing bowl search, and I ended up in this shop, which the owner was really nice. And listen, this sounds really long. I'm actually very excited to get one because they're handmade here in Nepal. Sadly, I couldn't see the manufacturer. If you're wondering what you use it for, it's just relaxing. You hit it, you can even put it on your head if you want. I mean, there's a lot of things. You can go to space with it. So many things are possible. See you soon. I'll come back. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice night.
Thank you, you too. Whew. All right, we made it back. Look at this. Those are some of the shots from today. So let's review some of them together because I love to do that. It's like a debrief session, and I usually do that with friends when I'm on a trip. So first of all, we've got that one. Really cool ambience of the place, in my opinion. I was lucky enough there was no one at that moment. Next, we have that shot with the lady. I just wanted that subject to be in the frame like very discreetly in order to add something into my image. I thought that looked really great. Now we had this portrait with the lady that was sitting. If you remember, I have individual portrait. I like the geometry of the light in the background, and I have a portrait of him. The portrait of him I shot it way tighter, and I really like how I actually balanced the space around. I like the one of both of them also. The one tighter of her, although it's nice, I feel that the little bit wider looks a little better. And here, if you remember, that person was asking if I wanted to give something to them because they're kind of on their own, struggling, don't have much, etc. It's something I'm starting to think more and more about. I'm like, usually I give the equivalent of like a little meal in the local place, but in some places it's really not a lot compared to my standards, right? I could never eat for that price. I can eat here in Nepal for that price, but not somewhere else. So I'm like, is that enough? I don't think in any way it has to be with being cheap. It's more like, what does it do and how is it perceived by people? And I think that's a discussion. If I was able to fluently express myself in Nepali, or if I had an interpreter with me, I would have that discussion actually with people and see, can I help more? So that's something I want to do in the future more, is trying to understand and maybe give more in a way, or provide something different. You know, maybe there's something else I can help with. I think it's cool in places where you can clearly tell that people don't have too much. But again, I want to plan that next time, and that's one of the reasons I wanted my little printer and I forgot it. So that person of the guy with the dog, this guy, he had such a great vibe. I love how the portrait comes out. I would have loved to be able to give him that photo. Same for that couple with the peanuts. Imagine how precious it would be to have that photo of both of them together printed, and then they can leave it in their home. I think this is kind of our gift as photographers, you know, to be able to share that with people, and I think it's important. So next time I cannot forget my printer. Now, one last photo that may be controversial between you guys. Look, this one, okay? When you look at it like that, what do you think? Is it good for you? Are you happy with it? Now, the reality was this. There was this car actually in the shot, and I kind of removed it in Photoshop after and removed the two sides also there. I really wanted to clean the frame. I was hesitant as to should I or should I not do it, but the car really photobombed that really clean frame in my opinion, and it wasn't there like literally 20 seconds before I started taking photos. So I'm like, what's the point of keeping it, you know? Like, I can remove it and it will be better. Now, it's not a Nat Geo documentary photo because I've changed it, but for me, it really shows the ambience of the place, even if there isn't the car. You know, I don't feel like I'm cheating or making believe anything else, you know? So that's kind of my philosophy around it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And also let me know if you like that breakdown of the photos at the end of the video. Remember, if you want to take some photos like that, you can join the 30-day adventure to Great Photos. We'll break down the whole system and how you can train yourself, no matter what kind of camera you're using, to take better photos, take photos that you love. And really, once you practice, you'll be able to travel anywhere and actually take those photos that make you feel wow. So with that being said, get out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a beautiful day. And thank you, humans of Nepal. You've been a blessing. Your kindness is incredible. I'll see you soon.